Hello YouTube, Volkswagen Dave here, and I've actually been thinking of changing my name to Gamer Dave just because I feel my videos have a lot more potential with video game videos, although I love to do a lot of stuff with my Volkswagen and other things. It's just not ideal with the money I have. It won't be for a long while, and I love video games. That's another big hobby of mine. I think that's what a lot of the channel's going to be right now. I might switch Gamer Dave, I'm not sure at the moment. I'll think about it. Anyways, this episode's going to be on my Game Gear collection. As you can see, I have a Game Gear in the back there. I don't have an AC adapter for it, but the AC adapter you're seeing is actually off of my 32X. The AC adapter off of 32X will fit and run a Game Gear because they supply the same voltage and amperage requirements. I also have two manuals for two of my games, one for Sonic Triple Trouble and one for Sonic Chaos, original manuals. And then, of course, I have 10 games for it. Mostly Sonic games, so that's always good. So let's start going through them. I guess I'll quickly show you the Game Gear. There it is there. I can't remember. I think I bought most of the stuff online. I can't remember how much I paid for it or anything. It was like several years ago, I think. But anyways, it's a electron guzzler. But hey, that's why I have the AC adapter. I don't really have any accessories for the Game Gear, but there are very little accessories for it to begin with, although most accessories were like battery life extenders or whatever, or playtime extenders, just like a little battery pack you bring with you and plug it in, because it was that bad back then. Anyways, take a quick look at the manuals. This is back when manuals had some nice content in it, like Sonic Chaos here. Pretty nice stuff. And then, of course, as time went on, they kind of went to black and white manuals, I guess, to save money. Sega Gameplay Hotline. Wonder if that still work anymore. Doubt it. Cool. What was the advertisement on the other one? Oh, X-Men. Anyway, so I guess we'll go through the games. Okay, first up is Columns. Now, Columns is a puzzle game. Basically, it was Sega's answer to Nintendo's Tetris competition for the puzzle market. And Columns is actually a really good game. I don't think it's on the same level as Tetris, in my opinion, but Columns is still a lot of fun. It's definitely something you should have in your collection. It's kind of like not having Tetris with your Game Boy. It's kind of odd. So I think there's a large abundance of them. A copy of this is not very expensive. It's actually very affordable. Okay, NHL All-Star Hockey. Well, it's half decent. Although some of the sports fans thought it was kind of cruddy, so it's okay. Usually this stuff's dirt cheap, though, so if you get for like, I don't know, 99 cents, sure, pick it up. Add to your collection. Okay, on to the Sonic games. This is the Game Gear's version of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, considering it's one of the first games that was on the Game Gear, and of course being Sonic, it's actually a lot of fun. I mean, you would hope so, but now a couple of levels are actually a little difficult too, and finding all the Chaos Emeralds in this version of the game can actually be quite a chore if you don't know what you're doing, if you haven't played it many times or without a game guide. And of course, being Sonic the Hedgehog, if there's one Sonic the Hedgehog that should be in your collection, it should either be this one or the second one, which is coming up next. And I think the Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 games are very affordable because they are quite common on the Game Gear. The later ones I'm not so sure at the moment, although I think they're quite a bit more expensive, especially Triple Trouble. And here it is, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Game Gear is a vast improvement over many areas of the game compared to the first one. This is by far, I think, my favorite one for the Game Gear. This is by far my favorite Sonic game for the Game Gear, at par with Sonic Chaos. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is basically, in my opinion, the best and probably most affordable Sonic game you can get for the Game Gear, so this should be in your collection if you own a Game Gear. This is an excellent game, a lot of fun to play. And the bosses, I find the bosses the key in this game. The bosses are what makes it kind of fun, because they all have their kind of little nicks and knacks. Of course, I'm sure you know the Sonic games are known for the bosses, so especially games like Sonic 3 on the Genesis. Now we have Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos. I think this is one of the lower rated Sonic games, which surprises me. If I recall correctly, this is one of the Sonic games that I like the best. Sonic Chaos, almost at par with Sonic 2. I think this is my second favorite for the Game Gear. Again, not much else to say about it than that I haven't said about the other games. It's basically another Sonic game with different kinds of levels. This one's kind of weird though, like the level design just, it's quite different. Yeah, I just want to make sure I was talking about the right thing. Looking through manual here, like there's like really weird power-ups that are in other Sonic games, like the rocket shoes and the pogo springs, and some of the bosses in this game were really unique and strange compared to other Sonic games, as well as the levels were a bit different. So I think that's what I liked about Sonic Chaos a lot, was that it was very different than the other ones. Just everything about it was very, very unique. In level design and bosses and all that. I mean, it's not that much different, it's just another Sonic game, right? But I thought it was very good. So, another one to add to your collection. Okay, we now have Sonic Triple Trouble. Hope my intro things per game is not too repetitive. Now we have this, now we have that. Anyway, Sonic Triple Trouble. A lot of people like this game. I think this game's very good, but I like simplicity in games, and this game is great in the fact that it's very complex compared to the other games. There's a lot packed into this game compared to the other Sonic games I just showed you. And of course, this is one of I think the last Sonic game for Game Gear. Came out a lot later. I wasn't as fond of it as the other games just because I like the simplicity more. I don't know, I kind of have mixed feelings about this game. It's really, really good, but I don't get the same feel from it as I do the other games. Anyways, again, it's a Sonic game, so if you can get it at a good price, put it in your collection. Holy Christ, another Sonic game, huh? Sonic Drift 2? The sequel of Sonic Drift. It's not bad. It's basically just a third-person racing game with the Sonic characters, of course, with a couple more that you didn't have in the original Sonic Drift. And of course, the key is to drift around corners and get little power-ups that'll speed you up or make you jump over things. It's a good game. If you can get it as cheap as I did, as you can see, $10 at my local retro game shop, definitely worth picking up. Although, of course, this is another one of those games where people have mixed results. I mean, Sonic runs at the speed of light. Why is he in a car? Speed of sound, Jesus Christ. Why? And that's it for the Sonic games. Now we're up with Super Monaco GP. It's a Formula 1 racing game for the Game Gear. It's pretty good, actually. I like it. If you're into racing, get it. If not, then it's not necessary. But it's Super Monaco, which was also a common game on the Genesis. So, if you can get it at a good price, pick it up. Especially if you're into racing games. It's good. And now on to the last two, Tasmania and Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Both mediocre. Let's go over them. Okay, Tasmania for the Game Gear. Well, there's not really much to say about this. The music that plays out of the Game Gear when you put this in makes me want to slaughter myself. And the gameplay is even worse. It's just, the whole level is just trying to get the right pattern down. Taz moves so slow in the game, it's more like trying to avoid every obstacle possible. It's kind of like a rage game. Like, when I play, it reminds me of a rage game. Like, you gotta do everything perfectly, or you get hit and eventually die, and you just can't get past the level. I've seen Let's Players play this game, and with some practice they get through it, but a lot of them agree it's not that great, and I don't think so either. It's friggin' piss off. It's frustrating as hell. When I was finally getting good at it, I still wasn't getting enjoyment out of it, so what does that say? Sucks, because I love the Warner Brothers characters. God damn it. And finally, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Love the Terminator series, was totally into it a while back. The Terminator they have for the Sega Genesis is absolutely fantastic, and the Terminator on Sega CD is even more amazing, with incredible music. The reason it's so amazing is because most of the Terminator games sucked. This is no exception. This game, I've gotten through most of this game to the last level, and I would just die, and you can get through it, but it's extremely frustrating. The sound is, sometimes I play with the sound off because it was just terrible. You know, you don't want to listen to it. It's just, there's not much sound effects. It's mostly just the music, just a short clip looping and looping and looping. Barely any sound effects. And when it came to gameplay, the controls just felt awful because you'd be punching the guys and you'd always be knocked on your ass. Again, you can get good at it, but is it really worth it if you're not having a good time? It's just not any fun in my opinion. So, Shane, out of 10 games, only 2, maybe 3 of them are really mediocre or bad, and all the rest of them are really good, so although the Game Gear has nowhere near to offer what Nintendo did back in the day, there were still some great games out there. It didn't have to be Sonic the Hedgehog. Sadly, I don't own a lot of the games I'm speaking of, but there was still enough variety to make a Game Gear a lot of fun. It's just a shame they guzzle batteries like no tomorrow, making it one of the expensive portables of the day, even now. Thank God for rechargeable batteries. The other problem with the Game Gear is over time the capacitors in the Game Gear started to fail. When I got that Game Gear, the capacitors were so worn out that the backlight on the screen was off, and you had to play like this. But I opened it up and resoldered in new caps, pulled the old ones off, and put in those cylinder caps. And it all just fit in there, and now it works fine. Anyway, so that's my Game Gear collection. This is Volkswagen Dave. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.